Hi friends, welcome to Cloud Bobby channel. So today we are going to discuss about the API development. So currently many people or many engineers are looking for jobs and you are reskilling yourself as a programmer. API is a key part of development. So today I'm going to talk about the Google course or Google is providing you a skill booster. Google like increasing your skills. So designing an API securely, more efficiently, because right now everything is application program interface. You no need to develop your own application. If you need a Google map, if you need a map for your application, you just need to use a Google Map API. If you need a weather report, there's a weather API. And banking, if you need a transaction with a banking, use banking API. So in Google, they have provided you an subject. I just going to give an overview of what it contains in this so that you can go ahead and just skill yourself on API development. So I'm giving this link in the description as well for you to go and register. So an API developer needs to design and develop a secure and efficient API, and this is specifically on Google Cloud Platform. The concept is same. Whatever you learn from Google, it is applicable for AWS, it is applicable for Azure, and it is applicable for Oracle Cloud as well. AWS uses AWS API gateway, Azure uses its own API gateway. There is a lot more gateways like Kong gateway. Google uses APG as their API gateway solution. So let's look into this learning path. So when you look into this learning path, Google is giving this complete APG and API management freely, where you can boost your skills, you can enhance your skill. As a API developer, you need to design an API, you need to build an API, and you need to maintain the API. So these three are very much important. To build the API and to make the API accessible, we need authentication and authorization is key part of the API because your application will be access to your API. So authentication and authorization will be part of your API. Then monitoring and logging, and it is the key part to find what is what kind of request is coming and how the request has been served. It is successful, it is not successful. Governance and documentation. If I am an engineer who want to use your API, I want to know how to access your API and what are the governance you have for your API itself. So this complete course covers your API skills. It boosts your API skills. If you're application developer, it boosts it. If you are a DevOps engineer, if you're a network engineer, I suggest everyone to go on this one and have one more skill in your resume in your career. So as a API developer, as I mentioned, Google use APG. So APIG, API platform. So this course will have a APIG API platform. You will get a skill batch also. Google gives you some kind of certificate. It's not a certificate, it's a batch. Develop and secure APIs with APG X. X can be any version, but you can develop an API with APG, deploy and manage the API. So when you develop an API, write an API code, you need to deploy it, then it will be accessible by the customers. So what you learn from this is the APIG API platform itself. If your customers, if your company is using APIG, it is very much useful. If not, if they are using API gateway, the concept, how you use everything is similar. Error codes, error rate, everything is similar. Just the product, like how you use EC2 or Azure VM or Google Cloud Engine, doesn't matter. It's a VM. You are just going to create a VM. Similarly, APG or API gateway or Kong gateway doesn't matter. It's a gateway management tool where it is going to have all these things. Cloud architect or cloud engineer in APG. So you now started developing, you know how to develop an API, you know how to deploy an API. But as a cloud architect or engineer on APG, you need to architect your API solution because API is also a application. You need to build an application. API is not just something. which is just accessible. API is also an application where you need to build with your application knowledge. So here, developing your API with the Google APIG platform, again, architecting Kubernetes engine, architecting hybrid cloud infrastructure, managing clouds APG platform for hybrid solutions. So this way you need to manage your APG platform. So now your API is running on APG. So now you are also managing, which means maintain the API in APG platform. Then we have service mesh. Again, develop and secure your API with APG, develop and manage your APG. So this is a complete APG platform. So either you can have this course like cloud architect or engineer on APG. Then there is a private cloud. This is hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud consists about your public cloud and private cloud. It works in on-premises as well as in a cloud. So there is something called private cloud where they will install the APG into your infrastructure or into your data center. Most widely, this will be for healthcare and banking customers who has some kind of compliance like GDPR or HIPAA. So they need to meet those kind of compliance. They don't allow, they don't have the data into cloud. They install APG into their infrastructure. It is same. Even AWS has Outpost, VMware installs on the on-premises. So those who have their maintain the private cloud. So this also covers how you manage APG in the private cloud and how you develop and how you secure. So this I recommend everyone to go through, like whoever is looking for API developer or API development and API platform itself. Like APG is one of the API management tool. There's AWS API gateway as well, where you have to know where you it is more or less both are similar. I hope this training will be useful to you to boost your skill. And I also recommend you to take the certification if you are very much confident about APG or API platform. Google also provides you the APG and API platform certification, but knowing the API development is key for you. I hope this helps you. If you like it, you just go and start the course, learn it. It doesn't cost you anything. Keep learning. See you guys. Bye.